Mr. Beckner, here's a quick summary from our lesson/driver fitting the other day. And we're just going to look at your averages. This was the first setup you had your driver in. It was 8.5 degree flex, 8.5 degree regular flex with your ping driver. A couple things I'd like to highlight. Your angle of attack, given your club head speed right around 90 miles an hour, your angle of attack slightly upward, and your launch angle were pretty darn good with this 8.5. The only thing that we did highlight is that your dispersion left, you have two pole draws, you have one basically straight shot, a push fade, and a straight push. So your dispersion wasn't quite where we wanted it to be. So at the end of the lesson, we ended up working on the skill of controlling your club face and your club path. So we started with the 8.5 regular flex. Overall, your numbers are pretty good. You're getting just about as much out of it as you can, given your club head speed and angle of attack. But we did find that when we switched to the 9 degree, when we cranked it up to 9 degrees, we increased it by half a degree, and we put the stiff flex shaft in it, that your carry distance, your average carry distance, ends up going up by about 5 yards, but it was really on your real good swings that you hit it significantly further, carrying it in the 225-yard range versus, just over 220. Most of your swings with the 8.5 regular flex didn't quite carry 220. So in a sense, we're splitting hairs, talking about a difference of 7 or 8 yards. But it was worthwhile to get on there and check out the different shafts and loft setups, just because this one gave you the best chance to hit it good on your good swings. And the other thing we can see with this driver a little later in the lesson, we had talked about the role of the club face and the role of the club path. The face being where the ball starts, and the path in relation to the club face determining the curve. Obviously, if the path is right of the face, you're swinging into out, the ball is going to draw, and if the path is left of the face and you're swinging in general out to in, the ball is going to fade. So then what we talked about is, for the most part, you just hit draws all the time. Weren't quite sure, you had mentioned a couple differences you might do in your swing to hit a fade, and we talked about how little the difference was as far as the ball is concerned between a draw shot and a fade shot. It's a very small change in the movement of the club head. In reality, and we didn't need to make big changes in our swing in order to hit fades. All you had to do is, instead of using your normal setup, you had to point the club face just left of the target at address, and then just open up your body lines just a little bit, nothing drastic. Just get your shoulders and hips and feet pointing slightly more to the left, and then the golf ball, you didn't have to make any in-change swing, and you could get the golf ball to fade on command. So more than anything, right, we picked a driver setup that was best for you, and then we clarified that curving the golf ball, we typically only want to curve it very small amounts, so we don't have to make big in-swing adjustments to hit a fade versus a draw. We can just make small changes at setup to influence the direction that we swing the club in order to either draw it or fade it. All right, Mr. Beckner, if you have any questions, you know where to reach me. Thank you, sir.